Hello everyone. So back again. We're just going to do some tame tapping. My preference, when I work with clients individually, it's kind of like all bets are off. Whatever the client is comfortable with, we will rant tap the heck out of something, rant tap the hell out of something when they're really pissed off. So I'm going to do a tamer version here in this group, but the idea behind this is when you're really angry or really pissed off at someone, but we are enculturated to believe, hey Dawn, we're enculturated to believe that's not appropriate, and just think happy thoughts and be kind and be the first to forgive, and we push ourselves to a resolution before we're in fact ready. I see this happen all the time. It was rampant in my own life. Instead of honoring ourselves and our humanity and allowing ourselves the freedom to feel fully whatever it is we need to feel. And this is really the genesis behind the book that I wrote, Forbidden Emotions. I would literally say the book that came through me is this idea of whenever we make an emotion forbidden, it stays stuck in our energy system, and that's not good for anyone, particularly the most important person in your life, you. So I had this request, and again, I'm going to keep it pretty tame on here, but the idea behind this is to use rant tapping. Hey Linda, to use rant tapping again, and when I tap with people privately, it is like, say whatever you need to say, the full unadulterated truth, like if it's F you, if it's whatever you got to do, you got to rant it up. So I'm going to do a much tamer version here, and I'm going to post it on YouTube. So that's the idea, is if you could say anything to this person, anything, put being appropriate on the shelf. You can pick that up when you're done tapping. What would you say to them? What would you say? What would be the unadulterated truth? And the idea behind this is when you allow yourself your unadulterated truth in a safe and healthy way. I'm not suggesting you walk up to that person and tell them off. If you do that, that's a choice that you make, and you want to come back from a place of forgiveness, because feelings aren't buried dead, they're buried alive, and they've got to go somewhere. So when we keep suppressing, they're going to burst out sometimes at what may appear like a really inappropriate time. But even that is a place to find self-acceptance and self-love. I tell the story in the book, and some of you, probably Linda and Dawn, you've heard this because you've been around a while. Years ago, when I was still in corporate, I was at a storage unit and I was unpacking table lighting. So candles for tables in restaurants or in casinos or wherever they would go, in a ski area. So it was table lighting, and they had the styrofoam peanuts, which I've never liked. And all of a sudden, I'm trying to get them out. And they're sticking in my jacket, and it was just like they started to go all over the place, and I literally lost my shit. Lost it. It was like that, and they had video cameras, and I thought, oh my God, if there was a security guard there, he was like losing it at whatever unit 32. I was, because there was so much built up stuff going on, and it was an indicator that there was a lot of suppression going on there, that I wasn't attending to emotions, especially anger, resentment that had built up. So I knew then, like, ooh, I need to tap on this. But what one would do typically is judge themselves and go, oh God, I should be so ashamed of myself. And we're enculturated to also have people be like, you should be ashamed of yourself. You shouldn't have done that. You lost your shit. And make it wrong, instead of going, oh my God, there is information here letting me know that there is suppression of emotion happening here. And if I can allow myself my full unadulterated truth in a safe and healthy way, I can set myself free. And the thing that's amazing is you set the other person free too. So For this tapping, call to mind someone you're super pissed off at. Maybe you harbor a resentment towards. You're really angry at, or you've tried to do what we call spiritual bypass. Just be like, well, you know, they're doing the best they can, but it sort of sticks in your craw when you say that, because you're just not congruent with that yet, because you're really truly pissed off and you haven't allowed yourself to give full expression, full flower to those emotions. So you're just like, ah. And of course, we all want to get to a better place. I don't think anybody wants to hang on to resentment forever. And if you do, this is my take about it. The level of which, say, rage, anger, resentment that we feel towards someone, and the grasping of how long we hang on to it, is directly proportional to how disempowered we have felt around that person, maybe having our truth with that person, feeling heard by someone. And that's when it stays stuck, when we need that person to hear us. And I have been as guilty of this as the next person. They need to hear me for me to be okay. And that's its own trap. But when you can give yourself your truth and learn how to do this, that becomes less and less and less important, to need someone else to hear, to validate us, for us to be okay. But right when we're in the mix of it in the beginning, it's still the truth. Oh, I need them to hear this. And then we fight harder. And when we don't get heard more, the resentment just seethes and the anger just seethes and stays in us. So call to mind that person. And this is a way of starting to release that. And we're just going to go right to the eyebrow for this. Oh, God. I am so angry. They never listen to me. They never hear me. They never give me my truth. I start out thinking I have a point, and by the end of the conversation, I'm more confused than ever. And I either feel guilty or angry. This sucks. I am so pissed off. And I'm so tired of people telling me they're doing the best they can. Ugh! That just enrages me. Don't you think I know that? But also there's this part of me that not for 1 minute do I believe this is their best. And if it is their best, it totally sucks for me. Oh, this is so infuriating. But I'm not supposed to be angry. I'm supposed to take the high road. And I'm tired of it. I'm tired of taking the high road. So what if, right here and now, even if there's some guilt around this, I can do my best to allow myself my truth and see what happens. I I am so pissed at this person. They suck. They're not even trying to be different. They're so infuriating. And I'm tired of feeling like I gotta suck it up. So I am gonna give myself permission to the best of my ability in this safe and healthy way to give myself my truth. They don't ever have to hear this, ever have to know this. But I give me my truth. And I do it until I find some relief. And what if, by honoring myself this way, giving myself the pure, unadulterated truth, I find relief from my resentment, relief from my anger, relief for me, the most important person in my life. So let me try this again now. Oh, you suck! You make me so mad. I don't care if I'm not supposed to be. I'm tired of denying my feelings. There's nothing wrong with being pissed off. It's when I suppress it that it becomes a problem. Because then it turns to rage. And it's the actions that can come from this suppression that cause the biggest problems in this world. I am pissed at you. You have treated me so poorly. And I can't stand it. I am beyond angry. And I cannot stand this. But right here, right now, and as long as I need to, I set the intention to start to honor me, honor my unadulterated truth, give it a voice so that I can be free. I like this idea a lot. In this safe and healthy way, I get to tell you off. I get to say the worst things I want to say. And you never have to know it. And you never have to hear it. But I give it to myself. I'm going to try it again. You suck. You suck. You are mean. You're uncaring. You're pompous. You're arrogant. You're belittling. And I can't stand the sight of you. God, that feels good to say that. I get to honor me. And as I do this privately, in this safe and healthy way, what if I really start to feel relief? And what if the byproduct of this is I find I'm less and less angry, less and less enraged, and I am so much better at dealing with these challenging personalities with much more grace and ease. Giving myself my truth is honoring me. And now I'm seeing there's a highly effective way that's private and safe to give myself full expression and free myself. And the byproduct of this is I free the other person too. Oh, what a friggin' relief. And I can do this anytime I need to. And just watch my life change. So take a breath. So I'm going to tell you a quick story. I know this is a long video. They kind of usually are. I have a client. It's not my goal at all to have people drop F-bombs. It's for people that need to allow themselves to not make that so forbidden. And then if it's not somebody's forte, for somebody to learn how to allow themselves their truth, particularly for women, their anger and their rage, which can be so forbidden. For men, it's more sadness. And to be like, I have this safe, healthy way to rant it out and give myself my truth. I can't say this enough. And again, what I always find, hey, Jana and Diane, the byproduct is as you allow yourself in this private, safe, healthy way to give full flower to your anger, your rage, your bitterness, your resentment, not make yourself learn to not make yourself wrong for that and be like, I'm so bitter. Oh my God, I'm so resentful. I'm so angry. You free it from your nervous system. It's like releasing toxic energy from the body. It is truly transformational. And I know this because I've seen the transformation in my own life too. It's not that I still don't get enraged or angry. I do. But it's the duration is less and so much has shifted around this. And it's truly transformational. And sometimes people have to bypass like, I just don't want to drop the F-bombs. But I had a client the other day that's been sticky for her, and I've never been like, hey, it's my goal to get you to say it. You got to say what's right for you. But she just had this burst of energy come out where she dropped an F-bomb, and she's like, oh my God, that felt so satisfying. And it's because she was allowing herself in that moment something that felt so forbidden for her. and she felt just a ton freer. So anyway, Jana, Diane, Dawn, Linda, that's who I can see is here. Thank you. And then if you want to join me back here, it's about 2 hours from now, almost a little less than that, to just do some positive tapping for Kirsty and Sid and her family and anyone in your life that might need a boost of positive energy. If you think about it, we all come together and send that out to the Mother Earth, to animals. Who knows what's possible? All right, thanks everyone. Bye for now. See you back here in a while.